Okay, so now we're in the epilogue now. Hard mode, Tails. So last we left off, we remember Cinderella falling down after not able to defeat the queen, but essentially severing the connection from the space station to the lift. We also saw Lilyweiss and probably her supposed death, if anything. Um, let's see. I still have to go through the lore because I've actually intentionally prevented myself from seeing anything. So I'm gonna do a quick rundown through that, and yeah, that's all I really need to do for Old Tales. But let's see. Look, I don't think I need to do anything else. I haven't done the crystals. Yeah, I haven't done the crystals if I remember right. So. But let's go ahead and actually let me get the relics. I'm hoping this might be the last one because we still have another whole week until the event actually fully ends. Yeah. Nope. Okay. Not gonna read yet. And I know that there are some on the stairs the last few ones. Oh, here's one. And I don't think they added any more crystals too as well, so I think well, we'll see, especially with the epilogue now. Oh, it's Oswald's. Nice. Okay. All right. Let me get the challenge out of the way too while I'm at it. Oh, easy. All right. So it's only just those two on the stairs the last time. All right, before go in, let's just get all the event. Yeah, there it is. Oh, I'm excited. So, my predictions is that it's going to be alluding to the next big anniversary event, either 2.5 or third anniversary, or it could probably lead to maybe the whereabouts of like how Grave or Abe um, became essentially Grave and is on the search for Cinderella, or even maybe the whereabouts of Siren, Hansel, and Gretel. But there is also the theory that since Red Shoes was like shot at the core and everything like that, that her brain is still somewhat intact. I mean, yeah, because as Oswald said, they did a brain scan on her and found all of the. Wait. No. Did they do a brain scan? Wait. Because now I'm thinking about it now, because the only thing I can remember off the top of my head was that Oswald came by and said that we have the repository here. Because from what I remember it was that Oswald said that they went into the lab and found all these things, and that's why, right? It should be not reassembled. Is it? It should be Most Beautiful Victory. Should be. Alright.
しい組み合わせ。
第二世代
ヘンゼル
話をなぜき。
お二人正確
それヘレ
現多くのヘレティック第二以上の罪状ヘレティック必ず初代人類また目標は
それは
今までの犠牲中央政府の内部だけでは誰も
憎む。
そのラプいわしかし優位当然
それ
ヘレ
おい本気か死んで。
第ブリトそして無に大変然しかそれ
私
否定はしまヘレティックこそがあなそうい
お前
私のしかしそれが
何
しあな
It should be later here because I remember he's saying. So either he said had he scanned the brain or he just saw the lab.
激戦ゴッデス些細な
話でもするべき
それは
クイーン
やはり
一緒あなたと何かしレッドいいえどうしそれレヘンゼそへもし同じレッド何も実はレッドシ
私個人で調査をしました
Okay.
レッドシューズが秘密裏に管理していた
Okay.
旧 VTC の研究室のそこでおよそ200名のニケはすべて脳に改造の痕跡
本当か。
ニケは全員死亡し瞳が赤くラプチャーは武装は解除侵食誘発状況から考えてそれからもう研究室
Okay, so
とグレーテルはレッドシューズが悪いことをしたのは分かってるわ
so based off of that, then they just went into the lab and saw what all the stuff, all the Nikkes, all the raptors, and everything like that, but they didn't essentially scan her brain and determine that she's definitely the culprit, only based off just from the lab findings. So based off of that theory, then she could be very much alive. And also, as I think we've all probably noticed at this point, that why is there a volcano here? Out of everything else in the event, why is there a volcano here? And again, it's this theory crafting and everything. People were saying that Red Shoes is Nihilister, or eventually leads into Nihilister, considering with the legs and everything like that. But I don't know. It just seems so out of place, and especially like how I think I voiced it before, but I wish that during part 1 they didn't put Red Shoes over here. Honestly, they should have kept this locked and then leave all the relics here and everything like that. That would have been fine, but leave this locked until the reveal of part 2, and I kind of would have left more of an impact, because at the same time we were still kind of like iffy that Red Shoes was the actual person involved. And even then, probably in story 1, they could have maybe alluded to multiple ways, having based off Cinderella's interactions with everybody instead of just Red Shoes at that point when she was giving the tea and everything. So yeah, it kind of was a dead giveaway, but at the same time, yeah, kind of set it up. But anyways, let's just see if we can go ahead and get right into it. Hopefully skip out. Wow. Oh, I like how the trends. Oh, nice. Okay. All right. Well, hello again, Red Shoes. Nice to see you. All right. I didn't get it. Oh, well. I didn't get a chance to actually see what you actually do last time, so. Let's see. Is it really that's it? This is another just. Again, I really do wish Shift Up would add an actual Rapture compendium, or an encyclopedia to see hey, what these kind of raptors are, including these ones from the event. Because again, I really do like the designs of you know, all these raptures and stuff, especially with how unique this one is in particular. But yeah. Oh well. Goodbye. All right. let's see.
王子様
Let's see what
今の
happens.
私は美しい
5 years. Okay, 5 years later.
見つけた。
Oh, she found her. Wait. Oh, crap. What was it? A huge crater on the surface, inside of which a towering pile of dirt. On top of the dirt pile, Cinderella lies on her back, as if she's asleep.
ずいぶんかかってしまった。すまない。アークは完全に封鎖された。
Okay, so recap. The ending of Old Tales starts Overzone, which is probably like within the next few months, give or take. Now, this is set 5 years after. Oh, it's the vocal version now. Oh, that's nice. Okay, so yeah, so it's 5 years after the full sealing then, okay.
5年近く歩き回ったが、ラプチャー以外は誰とも会わなかった。人もニケも誰もいない。アークとは連絡する方法がないし、向こうからも音沙汰がない。声を出すのもいつぶりだろうな。私も大したものだと思わないか。あの高さから落ちた後、自力で修理して生き残って5年間もお前のことを探し回った。まあ他にすることもなかったからな。ヘンゼルとグレーテル、セイレーンもまだ
So,
見つけられていない。
okay.
生きているだろうか。
Yep, I hope so too.
生きているなら一体どこに。まあ探していればそのうち見つかるはずだ。それにしてもボロボロじゃないか。幸運に思うことだ。お前を作った最高の技術者がわざわざ来てやったんだ。元通りにしてやろう。必ず。シンデレラ、私たちは失敗したのだろう。何もうまくいかなかった。地上には相変わらず大量のラプチャーがいて、人類は地下に隠れてしまった。お前も目覚めずにいる。いや、また書けばいいんだな。書き直せばいい。いくらでもやり直せる。まだ生きているのだから。お前も私もヘンゼルとグレーテルもセイレーンもきっとどこかで生きているはずだ。みんなで集まって今度こそ必ず倒そう。クイーンを。ああ、そうしよう。絶対に。とりあえず近くの研究所に行ってみるか。まずはお前を直して叩き起こさないと。お前がいれば身の安全は心配ないだろう。よし、頑張るか。
1 year later.
さあ、完成だ。棺の形というのは少し問題か。
This is when she made the coffin.
まあ あり合わせのもので作ったにしてはオーバーテクノロジー級だ。生命活動の維持機能に簡単な修復機能
Oh
で備えている。
man.
お前の脳波がだんだん不安定になっているからな。こうでもしないと頭の中が真っ白になってしまう。それは困るだろう。
Mm.
最大限遅らせてみせる。もう少しだけ我慢してくれ。すぐに直すから。装備も素材も足りないがなんとかなるはずだ。
Another 3 years?
じゃあか。ここを捨てるわけには。他に治療用の装備が揃うような場所は。よし、5体ぐらいやってやる。ここで待っていてくれ。シンデレラ、すぐに倒してくる。くそ、ラプチャーめ。だが倒せた。全部倒せた。
Best mom. Best mom. Oh man.
泣くなこの程度で動じてはダメだ。できる。やらなければ。なんだ、おかしいな。できるはずのことがなんだ。どうしてわからない。簡単なことのはず。いや、気のせいだろう。ここをこうすれば。次は何だったか。くそ、あの時か。頭をやられた。
Oh. Wait. Oh no. So now she's like getting like actual like she's getting forgetful, and then now she's like losing her actual like I'm not gonna say she's not losing her intelligence, but she's becoming more forgetful, like what you would see in like Alzheimer's, for example. Like, oh no.
大丈夫だ。
Is it because
時間はある。
is it because of like maybe like since she's like a mass-produced model, and if it's essentially an older model too as well, maybe it's like the degradation process then, especially right now it's been on like maybe
やればいい。それだけのことだ。やればいいんだ。できる。できるさ。そうだろう。シンデレラ。
all right, so 5 years, 1 year and 3 years, so 19 years, literally 19 years then, if I'm not mistaken from what you read just passed right now. 19 years have passed.
ニケだ。なぜだ。ニケが地上にいる。そうか。永久に地下にいるはずがない。シンデレラ、少し待っていてくれ。
No, wait.
すぐ戻ってくれ。
This is when she...
量産型のボディで今まで
Dude,
信じがたい
this is when she got captured. If you remember beginning at the at chapters 30 to 32, and she's like saying how like how they experimented on her, like shocked her, like it hurt, all that stuff.
これアークができる前のものだろう。面白いな。開けてみるか。
No.
何をする。話せ。私はフェアリーテール第2世代の開発責任者
And they don't.
エイブだ。上層部に確認してくれ。
だからそんなものは知らないって。フェアリーテールの第2世代って何のことだ。ああ、地上に長くいたからおかしくなってるのかもな。妊婦があってもそうなるのか。
Dude, so yeah, so inadvertently with what Oswald did, it makes sense. It makes sense now.
これも確認が必要だな。
おい、やめろ。
とりあえず外装から始めて内部も確認してみよう。みんな用意してくれ。
20 years then.
外
Okay.
装、突起事項なし。内装、突起事項なし。やっぱりただの大昔のガラクタか。今度こっそりエレベーターに乗せて捨てといてくれ。ロストテクノロジーを見つけて大手柄かと思ったのに時間の無駄だったな。飯でも食いに行くか。
Mm.
死んでる。痛い。
Oh man.
私の顔壊れた。いや、何もかも言葉話せない。ヘルメットかぶら。 シンデレラ。この顔見せられない。シンデレラ。美しいものだけ見る。行こう。シンデレラ待ってる。シンデレラ
Oh, bro.
無事だ。本当によかった。やめようか。シンデレラ、もうやめていいか。辛すぎ。
Mm.
夢を見たシンデレラ。目覚めた人類のために美しく活躍した物語。続き書いた。すごくよかった。はあ、すまない。絶対に諦めない。やっと見つけたシンデレラ。生まれた
The place you were
場
born.
所。私の研究所。全部壊れたが来てみたかった。
Abe looks at the Abe looks at the decimated research lab. As she stares blankly at the ruins, she notices a faintly flickering light. She approaches it slowly and discovers it and discovered is a scoreboard displaying the rapture count.
ああ、思い出した。必死に救ったのに、ずっと無限で悔しかった。どうやって救った？思い出せないな。
The scoreboard shows a long string of numbers.
ラプチャー多すぎる。
That is definitely in the millions so far, but it's better than infinity, especially from the last time. Okay.
今の私では数えられない。あれ、数字がある。無限じゃない。ああ、成功していた。シンデレラ、成功したのか。
Hmm.
何も
Oh my god.
なかったわけじゃない。よかった。本当によかった。シンデレラ物語の続き。1ページ目。
Oh man.
美しく書いて眠った。ずっと続きを書こう。美しい話で埋めよう。そしてハッピーエンドを迎えよう。
Failed tale and oh no, did they change it again? Oh, it's the coffin. Wait, is there one here? There's another one. Is it the soup? It's a soup. Oh, wow. Oh, what?
八重、八重。
What?
もう
What?
慣れた安全な場所探すの得意。暗い場所、静かな場所。君、吸った。おやすみ。シンデレラ。
Aww. Is it the rewrite? Oh, okay. Yeah. Man, again. Oh, shift up. Shift up. You and your beautiful soundtrack.
八重、もう慣れた安全な場所探すの得意。暗い場所、静かな場所。君、言った。おやすみ。シンデレラ。
I wish I could zoom in more, but it looks like, yeah, she's just lying down right next to the coffin. My question now is that, oh, so there's more than.
すべてきれいにしたシンデレラ。汚れたら いけない常に美しくいなければ目覚めたら鏡見るその時汚いダメもっと磨くピカピカピカピカ
So it's well, so far it's just those two. Okay. There's two over there. Okay, there's there's so much. Oh my god, there's so much. Is there just one over here?
なんとか逃げられた下流にひり
Oh, okay.
仲間じゃなかったヘレティックだったシンデレラ連れて行こうとした隠れよ勝てない隠れて待とうシンデレラはもう戻らない絶対に戻らせない
Yeah, so okay, so all right. The events from the end to the epilogue ending, that's roughly 22 to 23 years, if my count's correct. So in those 20 years roughly, she was protecting. And then only around that tail end, well, around that time, she was also like degrading, right? I think that's the word. But essentially all of her processes and everything, like her motor functions and everything with being a mass-produced model were like getting older. And then plus with her not remembering anything, starting to slow down. And now when she got in touch, when she was captured by those researchers, they experimented on her, hoping to find some like lost like technology, as they stated, but nothing. But in doing so, they totally like destroyed her physically, and to the point where now her actual like basic speech is slowed to what we know with Grave as of today. But now this though is implying that during the next 80 years they came into contact with so this is Nihilister. This is related to Nihilister. But then they came in contact with her, as from what she stated in the main story, that Nihilister attacked them hoping to get Cinderella. But for what though? I mean, it could be just like typical, like, oh, like, let me use you for spare parts and stuff, but is it anything more deeper than that? Okay, so that's just one over there. See any up there? Book story 2? Okay, this one. Wait, did I get that one? Oh no, I didn't get that one. No. Best mom, guys. Best mom. She will do anything for her children.
体たくさん壊れた高いところ落ちた当然放っておく大変修理必要部品ない私の部品使う 私量産型弱いシンデレラ強いそれでも大変なこと防げる私が修理する
Also, as always, I also like the transitions between like one song to the other song. That's kind of fluid.
夢を見たよく覚えてない私とシンデレラいた知らない顔三人
Oh
いた
no.
二人同じ顔だったみんなで笑った涙が出るほど笑ったいい夢
Oh
よかったまた見
man. I'm actually tearing up. Oh, so she forgot about them. Oh no. She actually forgot about them. And the only thing she can remember is just like the good times. Fuck. Shit. I did not expect to cry again after all of this. Oh man. I think this is the last one.
シンデレラ花畑だきれいよくわからないがいい匂いする、はあ、一緒に見られたらよかったのにもう少しここにいよう
Wait. So hold on, because I remember I did say that. Oh, let's go to this. I did say that the timeline was like 20 years, and then this is like a span of like 80 years or 60 years, whatever. But so if I'm not mistaken, Rapture Invasion started 100 years ago. The events of Red Ash was 4 months after the invasion, and something like that. And Old Tales takes place in between Red Ash and Overzone. And from part 1 to part 2 was 2 months, I think, right? Something like that, 2 months. And then it was another few months or so after, right? In story 2, so 4 months, probably another 4 months too. And then from that point gets into Overzone. And then Overzone, it's debatable, I think, of how long it took, but maybe like, we'll just say like a month. So still within a year, essentially. But then even then, so after that, then goes back into Old Tales, where 5 years pass. So 20 years. Okay, I mean, yeah, okay, and that's about right then, roughly. So all these events, all the events that we just saw in the epilogue take place 20 years after your initial closing. And then from that point, this is Abe's like journey for the next 80 years, essentially. Right? Oh, man. Alright. So I've neglected all the crystals. And let me just go through them bit by bit, just to see. Yeah, it's still the same thing.
お前は化け物などではない。心もあるし、涙も流す。罪の意識も悲しみも知っている。そんな化け物がどこにいる？お前は化け物ではない。私が化け物にはさせない。思う存分見せてこい。お前がゴッデスより上だということを。
ヘンゼルとグレーテルはシンデレラがゴッデスより活躍するのは難しいと思うわ。ああ、私もシンデレラを信じていますが、ゴッデス以上というのは。
応援する時だろ今は。
心配いらないわ。ゴッデスより美しくなって帰ってくるから。
I wanted to say something about red shoes, but
もっと
no.
言って。
断る。
どうして言ってくれたじゃない。私は美しいって、綺麗だって。
言いたくない。
照れてるの？美しいものを美しいというのは恥ずかしいことじゃないわ。早くお願い。
だから言わないと。おい、食事の時間だ。
待って、今いいところなの。
何を見ている？
ゴッデス部隊勝利の大特番よ。
またか。腐るほど見ただろう。
美しいものは何度見ても美しいわ。私の憧れで目標なの。
そこまで好きなのか？
好きなんて言葉じゃ足りないわ。
お前ゴッデスになりたいのか？
できることならもちろん。
つまらんな。
つまらない。
ただ憧れるだけで満足か？超えてみせるんだ。
超える？ゴッデスを？無理よ。想像もできないわ。
とにかく早く食べろ。
ゴッデスを超える。できるかどうかは置いておくとしても、考えるだけでドキドキするわね。
There's nothing here, right? No crystals here. And there's no crystals here. The only one is only those two. Okay. Let's do these ones first, real quick.
本当にすごいですよ。ヘルティックには無駄なパーツがないんです。すべての部位が何もしなくても再生するんですよ。すべての部位が？はい。切断しても再生しました。それにボディの出力も全く衰えていません。本当に面白いです。実験がはかどりそうです。ああ、いい報告を待っている。はい。
あなたの居場所はもうどこにもありません。ラプチャーでもニケでも人間でもない。誰にも信じてもらえず、周りには敵だらけ。ああ、かわいそうに。一人ぼっちのガラスのお姫様。そうやって寂しく生きて、やがて果ててゆくのでしょう。幸運を祈っています。美しいアナキオール。
Again. Why? Oh, okay, look. Real quick for red shoes. I get, I probably understand her reasoning in doing the thing that she did for the sake of like peaceful coexistence or harmony or whatever. But yeah, she's still crazy as hell. Like, there's no doubt. Like, she deserved what was coming for her. like 100,000 times, for sure. But damn, for someone who really liked her character design, like it hurts my heart. But again, no, yeah, definitely not citing that she was right or anything like that, for sure. It's kind of insane to even think that she was like, oh, it's justified, for sure. But I can understand her obsession to this degree of where she wanted to fulfill her own desires of like creating a Rapture Nikke coexistent world or whatever. But again, like it's factoring in like it's how skewed her sense of justice is, because it didn't really factor in humanity's survival to begin with. Like it was just saying, hey, focus on, you know, corrupting the Nikkes in order not to kill the Raptors, and then we win. You know, humanity's won. It's like, well, technically no, because who knows that if you stuck the Raptors with like a Skynet code that wants to kill all the humans, and essentially you're just implanting the same kind of code into Nikke, which now they look towards humanity with contempt and contempt, yeah, contempt and just wanting to kill them. Yeah, so it's difficult to really think of her as like any kind of like, well, to think of her in a positive light at all. So yeah, I'm just I'm still so bummed. I was like, well, it's it could be red shoes, but we don't know. But then after seeing the her over here, and then how she acted in part 1, and then the reveal in part 2, it was kind of like, yeah, it's her. It's definitely her. But again, like I kind of like slightly wish that maybe she was also in the same like shoes as Cinderella, and then the real red shoes was like behind like a curtain being corrupted by the queen. But just for Shift Up to throw the curveball of like, oh yeah, it was me, I made corruption even like more potent than what it was to what it is now, and all this crazy stuff happening, everything. Oh yeah, it's me too. Yeah. Oh, by the way, I also have like a whole, my whole lab is just filled with your photos and everything. Just whatever. Like that's, yeah, definitely threw me for a curveball from that point, for sure.
ゴッテスの敵は許せないわ。ゴッテスの敵に怒りを感じるわ。ではどうするべきだ。みんな倒すわ。ゴッテスを騙し、欺いて死に至らしめる者をみんな倒すわ。お前の力と意志を見せるのだ。お前と似た者に情けをかけるな。容赦なく震え上がらせ復讐するのだ。復讐するわ。恐怖を植え付けてあげる。そうだ。怒りはいい。憎み続けよ。その怒りと憎しみがゴッテスのためになるだろう。
I was about to say, so also, since I play JP dub, I also have listened to the EN dub, and I do like how JP corruption voice is so like different compared to what Red Shoes sounds, because we know that Red Shoes inserted her personality matrix into the corruption code, and then if you notice on EN dub, it kind of sounds like her. Like, it's kind of like, okay, you listen to Red Shoes EN, and then you listen to the corruption EN voice, and it's like, okay, there's like there's certain similarities that can piece together that, oh, it's definitely makes sense that it's Red Shoes. But with JP dub, I haven't heard Korean dub, but JP dub, it's so different that I can understand like how like if you take out the context that she appeared over here and everything like that, I wouldn't have known, honestly. Yeah. I feel like it's kind of like a missed chance, because without without all of that and everything, I've been like, oh, that definitely doesn't sound like Red Shoes. Like, you know, it could be anybody. Who knows? It could be the Queen for sure. But yeah. Oh, this is the one with the commander.
ちゃんと映ってるか？よし、顔も声も完璧だな。さて、最初の質問は何だったかな。ラプチャーとは何でしょうか。私にもわからない。まだ誰も知らないことだ。しかし、これだけは言える。奴らは私たち人類を滅ぼそうとしている。しかも、数も強さも圧倒的だ。それでも、絶対に打ち倒さなければならない。今優先するべきことは、ラプチャーの正体を探ることではなく、どうすれば倒せるかを考えることだ。よく覚えておいてほしい。ラプチャーは敵だ。考え方の違いといった人間同士で争っているのとはわけが違う。倒すべき純然たる敵だ。
And it still makes me wonder then with how the animation ending, since the Queen's on the space station, it's assumed that raptors are man-made. They have to be man-made, including the Queen herself, or itself, because it looks to be like an actual like man-made construct and everything. If it was alien or whatnot, then yeah, that it would look a little more different, in my opinion. But based off of what we found or what we saw, that definitely is man-made to a certain extent. And I think I remember seeing it on like a Reddit post somewhere that, how do we know that's not just a vessel, you know, and the real Queen is like hiding somewhere else within the space station. So I mean, that's another thought that hopefully we'll get answers for in the next 6 months to a whole nother year. But yeah.
死んでよ、シンデレラ。お願い、死んで。お願い、お願い、お願い。
I think, yeah, I got all these ones. So the other one is... I believe this is the one where I think the bodies are stacked, right? Yeah.
お願いだ。許してくれ。痛い。苦しい。なぜニケが私たちを勝利の女神信じてたのに。裏切り者、化け物、人殺し。
It's just 3 here, right? Oh, 4. Never mind.
どう考えてもひどすぎます。ニケですよ。私たちを守る勝利の女神です。運悪く侵食されただけなのに、こんな実験に。
どれだけの人が犠牲になったか分かっているのか。私の故郷は焼け野原になった。軍に志願した息子2人も死んだ。妻はそれに耐えられなかった。君の故郷はどこだ？
バーリーカウンティです。
バーリーカウンティは壊滅した。こいつの仕業だ。
まさか最近連絡が取れなかったのは。そんな、あそこには母さんが。
君のような者が何百人もいるんだ。心を強く持て。あれはニケではない。勝利の女神などと崇められるべき存在ではない。あれは人類を滅ぼすための悪意だ。何としてでも 打ち倒す手段を見つける必要がある。同情は必要ない。あれは敵以外の何者でもないんだ。
自信がありません。研究という名の復讐になるでしょう。
それもいいだろう。
And I can understand that reasoning too as well, especially if like your whole family, or not even just your whole family, but like the whole area that your family and everyone else has been like that lived in, like just wiped off the map. Like hundreds of thousands of people just died. That I can understand the hate that would build up due to that. But again, like Cinderella didn't deserve any of this, man. But holy shit, like I don't think we even know a confirmed like kill count that Anichiro did to, you know, everyone on the surface. Like from what we gather, then she's like razing entire cities to the ground, filled with people. And I'm pretty sure like the onslaught of the Rapture invasion was pretty like consistent, and they wouldn't just like, you know, they would just move on from the next target to the next target. So
もう何もいらない。仲間も友達も私がどれだけ苦しんだのか知りもしないで、私のことを化け物なんて。そんな人たち、こっちから願い下げよう。そう、いらないわ、いらない。何もいらない。みんないなくなればいいのに。
hell no. Nah, you stay there.
グレーテル、腕がないわ。ヘンゼルも腕がないわ。誰がこんなことを。シンデレラ、シンデレラ。
All right. So let me actually read the relics, and then we'll go over to the minigame and then read those ones too as well. Okay, so I think it's only these three, right? It should be only these, because I know the rest of these are from Red Ash, so... Okay, easy report, yeah. So, this report concerns my observations thus far on the phenomenon called corruption. Corruption is a technological invention from the Raptures, which induces temporary paralysis in a Nikke's nervous system. There is currently no known method to counteract this process, but since the effects are mild, the risk level can be considered low. It has also been confirmed to be non-contagious. However, being rendered immobile even for a brief moment can be fatal on the battlefield, so caution is advised. So virtues. Okay, so the rapture that causes corruption utilizes a specialized tentacle-shaped apparatus. The tentacles physically penetrate the Nikke's body, inducing corruption. The duration of the resulting paralysis varies depending on each Nikke, but the specifics have not yet been identified. Additional tracking and observation will be necessary. Although we performed an autopsy on a Nikke in a state of corruption, no significant abnormalities were found. There were only external wounds from the tentacles, and no unusual substances were found internally. We therefore presume this to be the work of some kind of microorganism or virus. As Nikkes are mechanical in nature, it is recommended to narrow the scope of inquiry to only viral strains for further investigation. So, since no unusual substances were found internally, we therefore presume this to be the work of some kind of microorganism or virus. So, this essentially is probably how do I say this? It can be as it says here, microorganism virus. I'm thinking along the lines of like some kind of like maybe digitally, like, remember how dark matter is? If we've seen like how dark matter is in like chapters 33 and 34, like I'm thinking like just nano machines, just their own form of nano machines that are being uploaded or being like forced into the Nikke in this case. So maybe. It has been confirmed that corruption forcibly issues a command to Nymph. What we are seeing is not paralysis, but rather a command to cease all actions, a kill switch. There also appears to be a partial connection to verbal commands. While it may be possible to implant other types of override commands, at this point in time, we have not seen any cases exhibiting any other than the disruption of physical actions. Further tracking for additional cases is necessary. So command to cease all action. Okay. So far, the only cases discovered are related to the ceasing of physical commands. Numerous antidotes and vaccine programs have been attempted to treat the corruption, but none have proven effective. Fortunately, thanks to Nymph's natural defense capabilities, the invasive bodies cease their activity within a short period. Since there are many things about Nymph that itself which remain unclear, proactive treatment is currently impossible. Until we know more about Nymph, any research on the treatment of corruption will be temporarily halted. Okay, so this is the official reports from Red Shoes. And unofficial ones, okay. So, since I have confirmed that corruption affects Nymph, I believe our research should proceed in a new direction. But for some reason, the higher-ups have prohibited any further research. I feel like we're so close. I can't stop now. This record is a compilation of all the research I've conducted unofficially. I firmly believe that in the distant future, the world I desire will arrive. This data will be a monumental achievement marking the beginning of such a new world. And that's what I'm curious about, is really Red Shoes' like desire to have like this blend of Raptures and Nikkes together, or having like Raptures, because remember what we saw in Red Ash, like the fused Nikke of, you know, Raptures, and that's another thing too. It was a VTC research facility, right? Which is the one that Grave was in, or that Abe and everyone else was in. So does that indicate that the bodies that they saw were just the spare bodies from like Siren, Hansel and Gretel, and everyone else? Or is it the actual like lab that Red Shoes was, you know, being a part of and everything? Actually, no. Now that I think about it, because the lab that Red Shoes was in was like hidden, like deep underground, right, or something like that. Because from Oswald found it and everything. But you know, by the time 200 Nikkes were there already, and yeah. So the lab that Goddess Squad found with the commander and everything, with the fused Nikke, that has to be the same one, right? It has to be the same one. Yeah, it has to be the same one, because it has to be the same one as the one with the spare bodies of like Siren, Hansel, and Gretel. Yeah, not the lab, but okay. Preparations are required. I must seize a rapture that induces corruption and prepare a batch of mass-produced Nikkes. Convert the facility into a laboratory more conducive to conducting experiments. Prepare sufficient sustenance to recharge the rapture's core. It weighs heavy on one's heart, but it must be considered a necessary sacrifice for a harmonious union in the future. Someday there will be those who understand that my intentions were noble. So again, yeah, she thinks she's in the right. She believes what she's doing is justifiable based off what she desires as a harmonious union. And she understands the negative connotations to what she's doing, but she is she's saying it even then it's a necessary sacrifice for what she wants. So she understands it sucks and it's bad, but she's prioritizing on what she wants more. And then she's kind of like tricking herself into thinking that no, my intentions are noble. I'm doing this for the greater good. And it's like, well, yeah, you know, doing all that stuff. So already messed in the head. And that's when she even thought this while she was human, even before the Nikke, you know, she turned into a Nikke. Like, jeez, man. Corruption is coded in a way that humans can understand. This means that you can embed the command you desire within the corruption's code and make the Nikke carry it out. After injecting corruption with the command impelling test subject 13 to constantly shout ahead, she followed the command faithfully for the preceding 3 minutes. She then returned to her senses, and the subsequent autopsy confirmed that no traces of corruption remained thanks to Nim's natural healing properties. These aforementioned healing abilities are proving rather troublesome. I want to extend the duration of the commands being input, but I lack sufficient knowledge of Nymph. For now, I need to determine how far I can push it. So you bitch. You absolute monster. Freaking, so Nymph already had natural healing, like, factors in order to prevent corruption. And even then, Nymph didn't, like, outright, or corruption nor Nymph outright didn't kill the Nikke. She went back to her senses. So, bro, like, and yeah, she perfected it, but then Nymph was already like a firewall, like a really decent firewall, albeit not perfect, because it, you know, corruption still went through. But if you implanted a command like, shout this command for 3 minutes exactly, then if the corruption did it, it would just, you know, it wouldn't remain, it would fulfill it out, and then Nymph would just kill it off, from my interpretation. But dang, okay. Any action embedded within the corruption functions as an overriding command. Wait, excuse me. Any action embedded within the corruption functions as an overriding command, without exception. For test subject 49, corruption with the command to induce self-harm was injected, which the subject executed precisely as ordered. Any and all commands in the code assume absolute authority over all else. Corruption transforms the Nymph itself, which Nikkes are incapable of resisting. You can essentially make them do anything. However, the short duration of corruption remains a sore spot. So, corruption functions as an overriding command. So yeah, it's an overriding command, without exception. So it's a forced command. And do self-harm. So corruption transforms the Nymph, which Nikkes are incapable of resisting. Any and all commands in the code assume absolute authority over all else. Corruption transforms. So at this point, moving from this is the baseline, to probably, this is how we're already kind of like fiddling with it. And now, or it evolving. So, and already now it's getting to the transforming the Nymph, the whole like firewall in itself, which Nikkes don't even have like a heart, can't even like modify already. So, okay. I used my connections in VTC to acquire my personality data. They soon found out about my dream of unification, and I was forced to make martyrs out of them. Oh. Ooh. I injected the corruption containing my personality data into test subject 134, and something incredible happened. Several unique behavioral patterns appeared. Not only did the subject attempt to protect the rapture, she also became hostile toward Nikkes. The subject acquired the mindset of a rapture. Interestingly, the rapture did not view the Nikke which had received the corruption as an adversary. The path to unity has just been revealed. However, test subject 134 ended her own life as soon as the corruption lifted. The brevity of the duration remains a serious issue. Okay, so this is her figuring out the duration. This is still the duration of it, because corruption does, like, quote unquote expire. But she got to the point now where it's kind of like, yeah, she's her harmony desire has already been like revealed, because now Raptors and the Nikes didn't attack each other, but she killed actual humans too as well. So connections to VTC required my personality. They soon found out about it, and she was forced to kill them, and then probably say like, oh, you know, Rapture attack, so on and so forth, blah 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 blah. That, damn. Okay. And this is the last one, right? Yeah. I've tinkered with the personality data countless times and subjected numerous test subjects to various environmental conditions, but I've yet to achieve any real breakthrough. After the corruption lifted on test subject 251, she cried and shouted incessantly before attempting to flee. I had to dispose of her. However, watching her flee brought me to a sudden realization. The Rapture had found a way to touch the nymph without any encouragement on my part. If I just give him a little push, a great leap forward is inevitable. I captured 10 Raptures, implanted the corruption with my personality data, and then released them. And this is how Red Hood got corrupted. Most likely, due to these 10 Raptors, and then, or even more of them, because I'm pretty sure like they pass on the data, the corruption data, to other Raptors too as well. More wonderful news. Reports of strengthened corruption are flooding in. The duration has greatly extended, and the time required to manifest has been significantly shortened. Behavior patterns have become much more diverse. The Nikkes are now truly living for the Raptures. What magnificent creatures the Raptors are. Awe-inspiring even. Though there are reports that affected Nikkes repeat the last thing they did or said due to resistance from the nymph, in the end, they are completely subsumed by the corruption. The path to unity is within reach. I must keep moving forward. So yeah, this is her from what she said, I think, before in these, I think it was story 2, where by just releasing them, they evolve naturally, and the corruption evolves naturally as well. So this is the result of that, of her releasing those 10 Raptors beforehand. It has been some time since I left the report. The corruption has evolved to near perfection, but there is still one last step remaining. I must confirm what happens when a Grimm's model is infected with corruption. If my hypothesis is correct, the Rapture will not consume the Grimm's model as a disposable asset. Such a powerful Nikke would be considered valuable even to the Rapture. I'm so excited that I can hardly sleep. What will happen? What will happen? What will become of Cinderella? So this is, I assume this is shortly before her corruption when she wrote this. Damn. It's done. Damn it. So we I didn't read it. We have one more. Damn it. Well, I won't make a video on that. I'll just read it on my own time, but yeah, that's gonna suck. Damn. Okay, so I'm gonna read through these ones, and I think I'm gonna avoid the Morse code encrypted datas, but I will post a translation later on when I do reach them. Hi Mom, it feels a bit awkward writing a letter like this, but the higher ups told us to do it, so here I am scribbling away. How's everything at the shelter? I hope you're getting good food and doing well. I remember that it's all possible because your son is out here protecting the world, so make the most out of it. I heard there's an incredibly strong group of Nikkes called the Goddesses, and they've been racking up one victory after another. I also heard they're building a successor model, so I think the war might end soon. At first, I wasn't into writing letters, but now that I've started one, I miss you all of a sudden. Mom, I miss your cooking, but I just wanted to lie around and watch TV. Before the war broke out, I got a new computer set up. I'm sure it's all destroyed by now. Damn those Rapture bastards. Speaking of which, the newest Nikke model, the successor to the Goddesses, is joining our squad. I think her name is related to a fairy tale. If she tags along, we're sure to win, and then maybe we can get some leave. Do you think I could visit the shelter where you're at? I just want to lie in bed and sleep. Don't worry about me, Mom. Just make sure you're sleeping well and eating properly, okay? I miss you. Why did she betray us? I can't understand it, and that uncertainty scares me. I'm not gonna die, am I? I thought all the Nikkes were on our side. Why did she try to kill us? I want to go to the shelter too. even just for a moment. I wish I could see your face. I miss you, Mom. They're sending us down to hunt that monster. That thing kills everything in its path, and yet they're still ordering us to go. Why? They're essentially sending us to our deaths. How can we stop that thing when even the Nikkes can't defeat it? It was created to be the strongest Nikke of them all. How are we supposed to stop it? It wipes out entire squads in the blink of an eye. How can we? The ink is smudged. I said that I didn't want to go, but they told me that if we didn't, that thing might head towards the shelter. We can't let that happen. I'm a soldier, so I guess I have to fight, right? But I don't want to fight. I don't want to die. I miss you, Mom. Mom, it came this way. We were preparing to deploy, but it found us first. All my comrades, my superior, and the squad leader, everyone's dead. The ink is smudged. Still, it's a relief. At least it didn't head towards where you are. The ink is smudged. Mom, sorry. I really wanted to see you, but I don't think I'll be able to. I shouldn't have treated you better. The ink is smudged. I'm so sorry. I don't think I'll be able to come home with you. I love you, Mom. I love you so much. So yeah, assuming he died. But dang. Promotional material draft. United Forces of Humanity, victories within sight. The development of the new Nikke will carry on the legacy of the gods and complete. Victory is ours. United Forces of Humanity, victories within your grasp. The new Nikke will carry on the legacy of the goddesses' regular deployment. Arts to begin kneeled for the new legend. United Forces of Humanity, let us achieve victory together. The new Nikke, whose legend will be surpassed. Legend will surpass that even of the goddesses, will soon stand with you. The raptors will no longer be the scourge of humanity. And I can guess what the next two are. United Forces of Humanity, a traitor adopting the guise of a Nikke has emerged from our ranks, but fret not, for the goddess squad will protect you. This hideous creature will soon kneel before the goddess squad. Discarded. Even the goddess squad couldn't overcome it. The new Nikke meant to surpass the goddesses is now in the hands of raptors. Welcome the white Nikke, who has become a rapture, with open arms. Flee as you wish, but you cannot escape. So does this imply that there are those within humanity who are like red shoes? Because especially look with this. Interesting. Here, let me actually. I didn't realize I was. Yeah, we'll do it like that. That's for now. Static assert. I am a Nikke infected with corruption. Strangely, unlike my other corrupt comrades, my progression has been somewhat slower. I only have a few minutes left to maintain consciousness. I've never encountered this kind of corruption before, so I'm trying to record as much information about it as I can still in my right mind. It feels like someone is whispering in my ear. When I close my eyes, it feels like they're still open. I sense something, another version of me, standing before me. In front of me is speaking to me. Something in front of me is speaking to me. It's telling me that the raptors are not our enemies. I believe this disembodied voice can be attributed to the corruption. I intend to fight this as much as I can. It feels like my body moved for the first time in a long time. I think the voice has grown louder, and the wall has become thicker. The voice no longer tries to persuade me, and now threatens me. The words it speaks are frightening. I'm scared. It threatens to kill everything I hold dear and laughs. It's terrifying. How many more days will I exist as myself? No, forget days, maybe hours, minutes. I need to record the corruption process. Humanity, Nikkes, safety, the United Forces of Humanity, the war, the raptors, corruption, the Queen, humanity, the Queen? Whom? For the Queen. I hear a voice, a sweet voice inside my head. It speaks, a voice from my throat, a voice in my ears, a voice tells me. It speaks with my face, it speaks. I hear a voice. For the Queen, for the Queen, for the Queen, for the Queen. Mechanical sounds heard, a loud thud is in response ground. Corrupted entity neutralized. They say Cinderella killed people. They say that she's wiping out humanity. Oh, alright. Damn, that's a lot. Holy crap. They say Cinderella killed people. They say she's wiping out humanity. Cinderella, who was created to protect humanity, is now threatening it. Like a rapture. They're calling Cinderella Anichiro, a traitor to humanity. They're trying to kill her. But they can't. They can't do that. What about all the effort she put in? All the suffering. After all the hardships she endured. It can't end like this. Cinderella? Oh wait, so this is Abe's then, huh? Yesterday I repaired Hansel and Gretel's. Wait. Okay, yeah. Yesterday I repaired Hansel and Gretel's arms. Today I fixed Red Shoes' legs. I spent far too much time repairing Siren's jaw. It took much longer than I expected to bend everyone, but at least now everyone's fixed. If only I could fix you like I did the others, how wonderful would that be? Cinderella's corruption is showing in a completely different pattern than any previously known cases. They say they don't even know how it spreads. Red Shoes knows more about corruption than I do. So if I wake her up and get her thinking, we might find a clue to the cure. We must. I can't lose Cinderella, not like this. I created her. I made Cinderella. What do you know about my child? You know nothing about her. She's not Anichiro, she's Cinderella. Cinderella's not Anichiro. She's different. She is destined to become the goddess of victory, humanity's savior. She has dedicated her entire life to this. That's who she is. She wasn't meant to fall apart like this. I know that she's struggling inside Anichiro. She definitely is. She has to be. I need to help her. I can't give up. What kind of parent would give up when their child is fighting so hard? I won't give up. I won't let it end like this. I won't. I will never give up. Definitely. Definitely. What kind of parent would give up when the child's fighting? Yeah, definitely. Anichiro doesn't stop. Red Shoes says corruption is irreversible. No matter how many calculations I run, hope forever eludes me. But if the end truly does come, when the moment arrives, I must finish it. I must. You. Then get smudged due to water stains. No, I can't give up. I promise I wouldn't give up. I have to believe in Cinderella. How can I give up when my child is fighting? I must also fight with everything I have. I mustn't let this negativity defeat me. I can do it. I can take her back. If there's no hope, then I'll make it happen. Wait for me. I'm coming for you, Cinderella. I'll take you back from Anichiro, no matter what. Research log 1. Today I received an order to research a Nikke named Heretic Anichiro. They said they fused corruption with a substance called Valpaus, but those red eyes are a sign that it hasn't been cured yet. But what if she were cured and just happened to still have red eyes? Am I going to have to perform experiments on a living Nikke? The more I think about this research, the more it unsettles me. But my superior has a frightening look on her face. She says Anichiro destroyed her hometown. But she only did those things because she was corrupted. Even though we're researchers, I'm not sure if what we're doing is morally right. We began conducting full-scale experiments on that Nikke today. It was fascinating. Although my superior inflicted numerous lacerations on the Nikke, the flesh would heal almost immediately. The regenerative speed was so fast that it was hard to believe, even after witnessing it with my own eyes. One thing was certain. This Nikke, this heretic, was something entirely new, neither human nor Nikke. I think I can finally let go of some of the guilt I was feeling before. Today we conducted experiments on how to effectively dissolve the outer epidermal layer. We attempted to use every solution we could to think of We attempted to use every solution we could to think of to melt the resilient skin. Hot water, liquid nitrogen, hydrogen peroxide solution, and hydrochloric acid. There was a slight commotion when the body started writhing, which forced us to evacuate the lab. But the end result of the experiment was that no matter what liquid was poured in it, the outer skin would soon regenerate. I wonder what kind of experiment we'll try next. If I'm being honest, I'm a bit excited. Today I use electricity to sear it. The hard glass-like outer skin prevents the flow of electricity, so I had to cut through it first. Then before the outer skin had a chance to regenerate, I quickly applied an electrical charge. It muttered that it hurt. It's fascinating that it can still feel pain. How much pain can it actually sense? and at what level of pain will it be unable to verbalize its feelings? What form of torture would it make it feel the most agony? I'm curious, so insatiably curious. Next, I need to find a way to slow down the regeneration of the outer skin. Recently, some claiming to be this thing's developer keeps visiting. I think she called herself Abe. She's some weirdo who volunteered to become a Nikke to further her own research. Apparently, she outranks us by several positions, so we can't touch her. Honestly, it's a bit annoying. She keeps calling it her child and says that she'll take it away. But does she really think it's her daughter? I can't make heads or tails of how these weirdos think. I hope the higher-ups can keep her from interfering with my research. I won't let her take away my test subject. So it's the dude who freaked out and shot himself. So yeah, I mean, yeah, based off of that, it's kind of weird how she says Anichiro restored her hometown when it was like a guy. I mean, based on the thing, but yeah, probably translation error on that. It's fine, whatever. But again, yeah, you can see how it's already like he's unsettled by it, but yeah, his descent into like madness based off like the obsession of hatred that, yeah, assuming this is him, and assuming this is the same person, probably. So there were reports from suspicious noises coming from the old VTC lab. After observing the area for a few days, it seems that the reports are true. Faint voices and mysterious mechanical sounds can be heard from inside. The lab's door is sealed with multiple locking mechanisms. This place was supposed to be shut down, but it appears that something is hiding in there. I'll continue surveillance for a few more days to see if anyone comes out or visits. 2. No one has been visiting the lab, and no one has come out of it either. As of now, we can identify who's managing the place. After a few days of additional monitoring, I noticed that the mechanical sounds coming from the lab remind me of raptures. After some poking around, I'm pretty sure it's possible to sneak in through the ventilation system. I plan to infiltrate the lab today. I successfully infiltrated the lab. The first thing that caught my eye was a picture of a girl. The entire lab is covered in pictures of one specific girl. She has light blue hair and red blue eyes. Could she be Could she be the one running the lab, or is whoever's running this place targeting her? I'll have to investigate further. There's more to this place than we originally thought. The voice we heard belongs to Nikke. There is a Nikke here with her head exposed, as if she's undergone some kind of brain surgery. Not just her, many other Nikke show signs of similar surgical procedures. It's a horrific sight. The strange part is that all of their eyes have turned red. What kind of experiments were they conducting here? Mechanical sounds were heard outside were indeed from raptors. Raptors have had their armaments removed, rendering them immobile. Today, they have all been corrupted. What was the person running this place trying to do? Were they experimenting with corruption on the Nikkes? I'll continue searching for clues about who's behind this horror show. I have found something that may lead to who's behind all this. It's a report on VTC's corruption research. The person in charge is listed as This is a temporarily stored message. So, assuming O is Oswald, this is someone who was reporting to Oswald and then got caught by Red Shoes, right? But, yeah. There's a Nikke here with the head exposed. Damn. Jesus. The corrupted Cinderella is terrifying. How can Abe believe in Cinderella? Abe likes Cinderella. I like Cinderella too, but those red eyes are scary. It's frightening when the red eyes reach out with their hand. They hurt me. That's not Cinderella. It feels more like Anichiro. Cinderella killed Red Shoes. Why? Cinderella said she wasn't Anichiro. Why? Did Red Shoes die at Cinderella's hands? Why? Why did Cinderella kill Red Shoes? Cinderella is crying. Tears are flowing from the red eyes. Who is it that's crying? Anichiro? Cinderella? Who am I supposed to trust? Cinderella? Anichiro? Red Shoes? I saw Red Shoes' lab. The Nikkes were dead and had red eyes. They said she was researching corruption. Why would Red Shoes do such a thing? She wasn't corrupted. She didn't turn to Anichiro either. Why did she do such horrible things to those Nikkes? To Cinderella? To us? Why did she hurt Cinderella? Why didn't I believe in Cinderella? I should have believed in Cinderella, even with the red eyes. She's still herself. I'm so sorry, Cinderella. I'm so sorry. I also wanted to tell you something. You're not a monster. You're not Anichiro. Abe was right. You are still Cinderella. I'm sorry. Sorry for being scared. Sorry for not delivering the message. I was scared because it felt like my comrades were leaving one by one, and I was scared of Anichiro. Be that as it may, I'm sorry for leaving you alone, for not believing in with you. You're my friend, and you shine ever so bright. You've been through so much sadness, so I hope only joy comes your way from now on. I hope you can only think of happy things. If Anichiro tries to take you again, or if tries to hinder your happiness, then I'll save you. No matter what you look like, I'll believe in you. No matter what's in your hands, I'll hold them. I'll make sure you are happy. I think this is Abe, right? This is Abe. This could be a mixture of Siren, Hansel and Gretel, maybe. And this is the last one. Once upon a time, in the distant past, there lived a beautiful girl. On the day her peaceful and loving world was covered in ash, Once upon a time, in the distant past, there lived a beautiful girl. On the day her peaceful and loving world was covered in ash, the girl too was enveloped in despair. Just when she was about to give up on everything, beautiful people appeared and saved her. They restored the girl's hope when she had lost every last shred of it. They breathed life back into her. The girl began to admire the beautiful people who rescued her from their ashes. She wanted to walk alongside them, to talk to them, and to become a source of strength for them. She wanted to become a beautiful being to like them. So this is her interaction with the goddess squad for the first time. The one who transformed the girl yearning to be beautiful was a genius fairy. The fairy, who became a beautiful being in order to pursue her research without sleep, bestowed upon the girl a radiant body with extraordinary strength and shimmering glass slippers. With her newfound strength, the girl's blue eyes shone even more beautifully. It made it possible for the girl to walk alongside the beautiful ones and stand at the same grand ball. The girl felt as though the fairy was casting a spell. The blue-eyed girl wasn't the only one who was blessed by the fairy's magic. Beautiful friends began to gather around her. A mermaid who carried water droplets, twins who could create just about anything, and a girl with red shoes. The blue-eyed girl imagined a future where she could stand alongside the sorry about Discord. She could also stand alongside beautiful people who had saved her. Finally, the ball where the girl was to make her debut was due to arrive. The girl was overjoyed. She was so grateful to the fairy that believed her and supported her. Genius Fairy and the beautiful friends all saw her off and stepped towards the ball. Step by step, she moved forward. She didn't even realize that the red shoes were following her. At the ball, the girl was most beautiful of all those attending. The beautiful people gave her the blue-eyed hair a warm welcome. She expressed how much she had admired them. Everyone praised her glass slippers, her strength, and her beauty. Red shoes and that followed her tried forcibly to take her feet. But the girl's radiant strength pierced through the red shoes and stopped them. With that, all the crises passed. The girl dreamed... The girl achieved everything she had dreamed of. Together with the beautiful people, she cleansed the world of ash, making it sparkle and shine. The world became filled with laughter, hope, and peace, until the bell that signaled midnight rang. When the bell signaling midnight rang. When the bell signaling midnight rang. I can't speak today. All the beautiful magic cast upon the girl disappeared. Even her blue eyes lost their brilliant luster. But it's okay. The girl's beautiful glass slippers still contain the essence of her blue eyes. Someday, when enough time has passed, on the day she meets the prince who will awaken her, the blue glow within the glass slippers will return, and the red eyes will no longer gleam with the insidious crimson. The beautiful blue within those red eyes will light up the world once again. Fairy tales always have a happy ending, and the girl's tale is no exception. So based off of what we've seen in chapters 33 and 34, especially 34, does this allude to Cinderella losing her corruption indefinitely? Like no eyes Cinderella? Like she has no eyes at all? I mean, no, not no eyes. No red eyes at all. Yeah. Like no crimson eyes. So I mean, it could be just like a metaphor, right? In a sense that yeah, like that, but if this is like it makes me think, is this going to be like legit? Maybe. Okay. Anyways, the keys. Glass key 1. Glass key that can unlock the prisoner vest. Is what lies behind that door the result of a difficult choice that must be made, or a testament to an individual's unwavering certainty? Allowing someone to look into the coffin while laying one's own body inside would constitute a form of atonement that borders on the desperate. The mirror reflects everything as it truly is. The mirror of truth has never existed since the dawn of time. The mirror is merely a mirror. Most recognition devices in various facilities check for the unique signal within the core. A control device that can unlock a door somewhere in the mirror world. An indelible stain, a mask incapable of being discarded. A sin that is permanently engraved and embedded. It's covered in red, blotchy patterns. It is both deformed and reeks of fish. In other words, not beautiful. Siren, okay. You need to pry off the hand that has a death grip on it in order to use it properly. The hand is stiffened and doesn't move easily, so you have to break it with force. Hansel and Gretel. A faint smell, a sound that lingers in your ears. The nose and ears are blocked, so it doesn't matter. Nose and ears are blocked. It could be Abe, but Jesus. So my weird like theory is that these two are like, this is Siren's jaw and this is the arms of Hansel and Gretel, maybe, but yeah, because it's covered in red blotchy patterns and reeks of fish. It's Siren because it reeks of fish, but why is it covered in red blotchy patterns? Because it's her jaw that she punched to oblivion. And yes, I think she cut off the whole arms of like Hansel and Gretel. So yeah, it's like, and then I think they were holding onto each other's hands by the time when they got like quote unquote killed off. So yeah, that makes sense. This though, not entirely sure what this is, but it could be just red shoes, maybe. But yeah. Oh, I forgot about this one. So I'll skip that, but I'll go ahead and show them later on. A database signal a database signal that invokes a sacred priest is transmitting an unknown string of characters. Data content: Rapunzel. A database signal that invokes a noble aristocrat. Dorothy, right? Fairy swordsman, Scarlet, Master blacksmith, Snow White. Database signal that invokes idols is transmitting an unknown string of characters. And that's definitely Red Hood, yeah. Alright, so we'll go onto this one, and then we'll move on to the next. Well, that's it. Old Tales has been an actual, like, an emotional roller coaster to play through. Honestly, it's one of the best events Nikke has released by far. Again, it's hard to rate it amongst like events such as Red Ash and Overzone. It definitely is like a triple S tier event, and especially with all like, again, as someone as a lore guy, I really appreciate all like the information that's been released, and it does, also raise more questions and everything. But again, we found out a little bit more about corruption, the Raptures, and the Queen, especially too. I really hope that the 2.5 anniversary coming up will have more stuff to release, especially with another year from now, with third anniversary. But again, I'd like to see what y'all thought about it as well. But if anything, my name is Caddis, and thank you for watching.